what happens when reality is so twisted that it sounds like a horror movie plot. For today's story, we're going to Germany. For context, Germany is the seventh largest European country, and surprisingly, the birthplace of the Christmas tree. Yes, you heard that right. The festive tradition that we all know and love today started in Germany. But this story is anything but festive. Did you know that in 1970s Germany, a government-backed psychologist deliberately placed vulnerable children in the homes of known pedophiles? No, this isn't a fictional horror story, unfortunately. It really happened. Under the direction of a man named Helmut Kentler. Kentler was a respected psychologist in West Germany. In the aftermath of World War II, the country was rebuilding, but not just its cities, also its institutions, including child welfare. Kentler was controversial. He openly believed that sexual relationships between adults and children could be beneficial, especially for boys from troubled backgrounds. Yes, you heard that right. He didn't hide his beliefs. He wrote about them publicly, defended them openly, and somehow, inexplicably, gained the trust of the state. From the late 1960s well into the 1990s, homeless and neglected boys in West Berlin were placed into foster homes. But not just any homes. The state knowingly placed them with pedophiles, men who had admitted their attraction to children. Kentler oversaw some of the placements. He called the men highly motivated foster fathers and praised their care. In his view, they were offering the boys more than just housing. They were offering a kind of connection, emotional connections, that the boys were supposedly lacking. And yes, the government paid them to do it. These foster fathers received state stipends. There are no proper records of what happened to the boys. No serious oversight. The abuse was silenced, dismissed, ignored. The authorities turned a blind eye. And Kentler? Well, he was celebrated. He held academic positions, wrote books, even became a progressive figure in social reform. It wasn't until the 2000s, long after Kentler's death, that the survivors began to speak out. And it wasn't until 2020, after investigation by the University of Hildesheim, that the full scope of the abuse was revealed. The report uncovered that the Berlin authorities knowingly enabled the pedophile foster care. There was a systemic complicity from educators, psychologists, and welfare workers. At least 3 known pedophiles were involved and allowed to foster multiple children for decades. And worst of it all, no one was ever prosecuted. To this day, the survivors of the Kentler Experiment live with their trauma. Most of them have never received justice, compensation, or even a formal apology. This case isn't just about one man's twisted beliefs. It's about a system that allowed it to happen in the name of social progress. It's a chilling reminder of how dangerous ideas can take root when no one is willing to question authority. This was Germany's hidden experiment, and for many, the damage still isn't over. Until next time, stay safe and stay in the light.